close to my house, there's a traffic lights, and I used to wait because I didn't want to bother others for me. I grew up with a lot of chaos in my home, and I always learned to make myself smaller, just made sure that everybody around me was comfortable.
The feeling that you needed to be small so that other people could exist.
I told myself that I'm chaotic.
You being happier is not stealing the happiness from someone else.
As soon as you admit to yourself that you want more, it gets a bit scary. I wrote a letter to my parents with all the things that maybe I wanted to say but didn't feel like I was able to. Then I read out loud and then I burned them.
Do you feel like, looking back at the beginning, you may have had some resistance?
That's my biggest takeaway.
Thank you for being here today, Ina.
Welcome. Thank you for having me.
So for anyone that's about to watch this conversation, maybe they saw the thumbnail and they're actually giving us 30 seconds to see if what we are going to say here makes sense. What is actually going to be helpful for the person who's going to watch this conversation? If they take everything that you're about to share and apply in their life, what is the new perspective that you feel like they will be gaining?
I think, like for me personally, when we had our first conversation, I was first like, oops, maybe I'm not like the ideal student for this, which was not true. Because I think a lot of people, including myself, settle for good enough or comfortable. And you made me realize that, you know, I'm allowed to want more and allow myself to want more from life and that there is more. So yeah, I think that is my biggest takeaway.
Interesting. So now let's go back before we met each other, before we had those 4 weeks of conversation. Can you tell me a little bit what was the situation in your life and what were maybe the blocking point or stones that you identified but felt like they were a bit heavier for you to manage?
Yeah, the biggest thing for me was that I felt a little bit stuck professionally. Like I'm interested in a lot of things and it's hard for me to decide what I'm gonna do with my life. I think a lot of people will recognize themselves in that story because I think also in this society, you see a lot more of what is possible. You see a lot of people doing things which is a bit overwhelming sometimes because then you're like, oh, I want this, oh, I also want that. And maybe you forget to look inward and realize like, what do I want without all the noise.
You were in a certain situation, the noise was out there. What did you actually realize about yourself when you became aware of those blocking points?
I became aware of the fact that maybe I was still a bit stuck in, you know, focusing too much on what other people expect from me instead of what I want. Yeah, I think that was the biggest thing. Like, I grew up with a lot of chaos in my home and I always learned to make myself smaller. Like, not listen to my own emotions and thoughts and just made sure that everybody around me was comfortable. And I thought maybe I already had overcome that, but I came to the realization that there's still maybe some work to do. So yeah, that is the biggest.
Okay, so I want to pause here because you said something that I believe so many people will be able to relate. The feeling that you needed to be small so that other people could exist. Can you walk me through the thoughts or the emotions that are actually attached to that feeling of wanting to be small? How does one actually feel in their skin when they are in the process of diminishing themselves?
Yeah, you feel less than others. You put yourself in a lower position, which is not what you should be doing.
Exactly.
Actually, there's like small anecdotes and things I realized about myself that are actually pretty crazy when I think about them now.
Yeah.
Like, for example, close to my house, there's a traffic lights. And as soon as you push the button there, the light turns red for the cars. And I used to wait because I didn't want to bother others by stopping for me. And now I'm like, what the hell? Like, what makes them more important than me?
I'm having goosebumps now.
Yeah.
It's pretty deep. Like simple, but really deep.
Yeah, and also, for example, during the trip, also something I realized, when in a restaurant or a coffee bar or whatever, I order something and maybe they make a mistake. Before I would not say anything about it and just be like, oh yeah, it's not what I asked, but I'll just have it, whatever. And now during the trip, I was really like, when I got something that I didn't order or was not correct, I just told them because I was like, yeah, I'm paying for this. I ordered what I wanted and you're giving me the wrong thing. So why wouldn't I take up that space and be like, no, this is what I asked.
So it seems like your awareness expanded now. Like now you became more aware of self, of what you deserve. How do you feel like at that moment, right after you take the decision to actually speak up at the restaurant? How do you feel in that moment and right after, once your awareness is the way it is now?
I feel very powerful when I do that. Yeah.
Damn. You're using big words today. That's amazing. That's amazing. So so that's where you were before. But at some point you had to realize that, you know, things were not going in your favor. And then you came across the information that, okay, you could actually work with me, with a spiritual life coach. What made you say yes?
First of all, a friend that recommended you. He told me that he met you here in the co-working space and that he had conversations with you that were very inspiring and that you're easy to talk to and blah, blah. And then also the fact that, and maybe that's also the reason why he spoke about you, is that I've been talking to him about feeling stuck about what to do next. So yeah, I was like, why not? Let's do it. Let's try it.
Shout out to Saro.
Shout out, big shout out.
Okay, and then we started working together. Can you tell me, now that you have that awareness about yourself, can you go back and maybe tell me, okay, what was your state of mind in the first call compared to the end of the session? Do you feel like, looking back at the beginning, you may have had some resistance? And that's like a big time. So yeah, just because this is actually really important, because there's a knowledge out there about what spirituality is. And then when you actually come across what it really is, you may start thinking, oh, I may have received wrong information. So I think your experience might actually help a lot of people that may also hear the fact that they can be helped by a spiritual life coach, but then they are still staying on the old information that they have.
Yeah, so I did feel a bit of resistance. I mean, I was curious, I was open to it, but maybe I was a bit afraid that it would be too fluffy in a way.
Like they say, woo.
Yeah. Because I can be pretty rational, but
oh yeah, big time.
Like I overthink, I think a lot, and everything has to make sense, as you know.
Tell me about it.
So I think there's something changed as well. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's not.
It's not. I wonder. Of course.
So it's a month that we're talking about, so it's not like, oh, I'm a completely different person now. But yeah, it's more nuanced now for me, and indeed it is not as fluffy as people would probably expect. I think there's a nice balance between the fact that you give a lot of insights and information, and also like things that, like actions that we have to do. And I think it taught me, because as you know, I like to know why I have to do certain
why do
things.
I need to do something? Because from my perspective, it doesn't make sense. So you know why I was like, this girl.
A hard one. Hard not to
But it's good. It's good because through you, I also expanded, you know, because what kind of teacher am I becoming if I only meet people to who it immediately makes sense? You see what I mean? So to a certain degree, working with you, I was also challenged. Like, oh, this is not, you see what I mean? I was like, okay, I also got challenged. I was like, okay, this is not like a downhill where, you know, I'm just going to serve. Oh, no. Oh, I need to think here. Okay, I have the knowledge, but how do I bring it in a way that it makes sense to you? You see what I mean? So in a way, you're actually helping me expand when it comes to that.
That's nice. Yeah, so you made me do little actions that also taught me that, you know, I can just trust the process. And even though I don't know like what it's going to bring me in the end, like doing them, like putting them into my routine already felt good. So that made me let go a little bit of like
letting go. Letting go. I think this is a
keyword.
yeah, letting go. Letting go could be a mantra for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I am letting go.
Yeah.
I am trusting the unknown. And if there's something that I always explain is life always happens in the unknown. Like you meet your lover in the unknown, at that bar, in the metro, at the airport. It's always in the unknown. Your new job, you apply in the unknown. But so often we get caught into the fact that, oh, I need to know that, but that's not how life works.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier, you mentioned about homeworks and stuff that you had to do. Can you tell me maybe some homework, some stuff that you had to do that even now you're like, oh, this actually helped me a lot expand my awareness?
I think the biggest ones for me were the meditation, then the gratefulness, and the mantras, I would say, because the entire health thing of cardio and stuff, I was already doing that. So for me, that was not a big change. But then again, like intentionally doing it also was a bit different. So yeah, I think that just like intentionally taking that time for myself in the morning to do these things that are not necessarily asking too much energy or whatever, but it's a nice way to start your day.
Something that I realized personally, you're going to tell me how you feel about it, is when I actually start my day with those things, I always feel like a winner. I always feel like, oh my, I already did those things for me. And this actually translates into loving yourself first. That before you actually go out there and pour some love into your customers, into your friends, into your family member, you are actually taking time for yourself. And I swear, this is like, if I was a doctor, I would be prescribing this to people that would come to me all the time. Like, hey, you need to meditate. Like, I don't care what's going on in your life. Take the time to quiet your mind, because most of the action that you take outside comes from what you hear. Like if someone comes here right now and calls your name and say, hey, do you want to call? You're going to now behave based on the fact that you heard something. But what if actually you decide to quiet your mind completely to now allow that connection between you and the universe to strengthen? Because it's always there. But now based on how you think, based on the thoughts that you spend most time on, maybe you are diminishing that connection in a way that you are less, you're allowing less the universe to work through you. That's basically how it works. I often love to speak about release letters, so which is also something that we did. Can you maybe tell us what is a release letter, and what is maybe one of the release letter that you had to do that you really felt like, oh, this was deep, this needed to be done?
Yeah, for me the biggest ones were the ones to my parents. So I wrote a letter to my parents with all the things that maybe I wanted to say but didn't feel like I was able to, or I didn't want to say because I didn't want to hurt them. So things like that. So I wrote them down. Then I read them out loud, and then I burned them.
You did the witchy stuff.
Yes, the witchy stuff, which was nice. I made an entire ritual. Yeah, so that felt very relieving in a way. Also the fact that I think we often push things away for our own comfort, and that really forced me to go back to some things in my childhood and confront myself with them, and writing them down felt really
So would you say that time traveling in the past, is it something that is necessary in order to actually know what was hidden deep inside of us, and how did that time travel help you in that process?
Yeah, for sure. It is necessary because, as I said, you push yourself to forget certain things, and then they are in your unconscious, I think, and I brought them back to my conscious so that I can actually, I think, heal certain things. I don't know.
I don't know about you, but I'm loving this conversation. So here's my next question. In this process of working together, and becoming this person that you are now with your awareness that has expanded, you had to realize certain lies about yourself that you believed in, and you discovered new ones. Can you walk us through those old ones and to those new ones, and how you are navigating, and maybe how you keep escaping going back to the old lies? Because they always come to whisper, hey, come, Oh my God, with us.
Yeah, so the biggest one, the iconic one, I would say, is that I told myself that I'm chaotic.
Wow.
That's one of the first things you confronted me with.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I realized that I think we all tend to put labels on ourselves and other people because it makes us feel comfortable in a way. And I think I maybe tend to say bad things about myself because then I can hide from being, like, from holding myself accountable to do certain things that are out of my comfort zone. So yeah, the being chaotic, then the thing that I should make myself small for other people to be comfortable. That was a lie that I told myself. Yeah, and maybe also the thing that, you know, to also not go into that discomfort, I would maybe hide a bit behind the gratefulness because sometimes I tell myself like, oh, but I already have such a beautiful life. I have a lot of things to be grateful for. So yeah, I learned that I can be grateful for what I have, but that shouldn't take away from that. Maybe there's more out there for me, and I can want more, and aim to have more. But that's where the fear starts a bit because as soon as you admit to yourself that you want more, it gets a bit scary because then you owe it to yourself to take action and to go after it. So.
This is so deep, because remember this, and so many people fail to get this point. We live in a universe that is forever expanding. So the second you stop wanting more, you are going against the current, because the universe is always expanding. Every day we still have new stuff. Either it's technology, in chemistry, clothes, fashion, all the time. So when you stop, when you hide behind, the universe is like, no, we haven't even started yet. You see what I mean? And you are us. So you are wired to always expand. So I am so happy that you're getting to this realization. And I even felt the spirit in me saying, oh yeah, this is what we wanted for her. You know what I mean? We wanted her to see that, yes, there is more. And you would never get there. It doesn't matter what you expect from life. You will never get there, because the second you get close to that, you already want more. Always, always, always. And this is the big message that we want you to get, is that you being happier is not stealing the happiness from someone else. You getting the love that you deserve is not stealing the love from someone else. It was meant to be yours even before you were born. And it is the same for, do you realize that every single day, this planet is giving us food all the time, all the time, all the time, no matter how many people we kill, no matter how many people we hate, no matter, because love is all there is. And this is the big message that we fail to get as human beings. See what I mean? And I want to tell you, I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you, because yes, in the first call, I could sense the resistance, but the person that is sitting here in front of me, and the fact that you're coming from holidays, holidays is always a moment of recalibration.
True.
Answering questions from self to self. And so proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank yourself.
I'm proud of me too.
Exactly. So what are you working on now? What are the things that you are now keeping in your mind moving forward, now that you can see things from a different perspective, let's say?
Yeah, going back to the being stuck on what I want to do next. I'm trying to focus on, I wrote all.
You're focusing.
Yeah. I am on like doing little actions. Like one of the things I'm interested in is like upcycling clothes. So
Can you say that again?
Upcycling clothes.
Okay. Ooh.
Yeah, go to the thrift shop, buy things that are not perfectly as I want them, and then
are you
changing them.
documenting that?
What do you mean?
Documenting the process videos? Are you?
No.
Okay. So
should I?
Sarah and I, we need to have a conversation with you. Continue.
Okay. So yeah, the plan is now to start with this and teach myself all the things I need to learn to do that. And I'm doing that. So, and then I'll see from there, like, okay, is this something that I want to go further in professionally or not. So I'll just give myself the time to explore the different things that I have in my mind with little actions.
So I want to ask you, for what type of person would you say the container that I propose is for? What would you say if someone is in which situation, for example?
Yeah, indeed, when you feel a bit stuck, I would say. But I think all kinds of people, I think the biggest message here is that I think often we are lying to ourselves by indeed finding comfort in, but yeah, everything is quite fine as it is. But if you feel that little hunger, maybe that you are pushing down, maybe it's time to call Brice.
So, and the last question is, why then would you recommend them to work with me?
Yeah, for how you handle things, the person that you are, like I feel like you always, like you're able to hold up a mirror, like to confront me with things, but in a non-judgmental way, which makes me, feel free to talk openly and say everything that's on my mind, which I think is a very important thing in the process. So that, and then also, as I said, the fact that the insights and information is well balanced with that you also feel like, okay, I'm actually doing something already, like the little tasks you give, and they are, doable to combine with life, I would say, and still you make slow process. So yeah.
Amazing. Thank you for this wonderful conversation.
You're welcome.
I loved it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.